Hello, I'm Jim Hessler, and I'd like to welcome you to the Path Forward Leadership Workshop. The conceptual foundation of the workshop is a model Path Forward developed some years ago called the Leadership Platform. In the monthly workshop sessions that follow, after this launch session, you'll learn about the 12 primary concepts in the platform called planks. You'll find these 12 planks to be a great foundation for building your own personal leadership platform, a sturdy construction of character and habit that will make you worthy of followers and a producer of superior results. But before we begin our work on the leadership platform, we invite you to engage with some important concepts that support and complement the Path Forward Leadership Platform model. We call these introductory concepts mental models, and we start with them because they provide an important context for all the learning that follows as you build your leadership platform. And in order to embrace the challenges of leadership, it's important to have a high level of self-awareness. Self-awareness requires some level of confidence, of learning to be more and more comfortable in your own skin. It also requires the suspension of ego, that voice that always wants to protect us from the acknowledgement of our own weaknesses and mistakes. While our self-deceptions and our blind spots may help us feel better about ourselves, they are unstable foundations on which to build a leadership platform. These mental models are designed to grade and flatten the ground underneath your leadership platform. If you learn these models well, everything else that follows in the leadership workshop will have more impact. The first mental model is the ladder of inference, through which we learn that a leader's role isn't to own the truth, but to seek it, understanding as we do that every person we interact with has an important and relevant perspective. Through the ladder of inference, you'll be challenged to avoid the usual rush to judgment and to seek information and perspective before forming hard and fast opinions or taking unwise actions. The choice of a ladder as a metaphor in this mental model is an interesting one. In fact, this particular ladder might be taking you further away from rather than closer to the truth. This is a ladder you want to be careful about climbing, as things can get very wobbly near the top. This suspension of judgment is an important grounding for you in the leadership workshop. Leaders are people who don't look for the easy answers or for the answers that just reconfirm or reinforce what they already believe to be true. Leadership is a difficult journey towards understanding things more deeply and more objectively. The ladder of inference will help you gain this sense of balance and openness to the perspective of others and to information and perspectives that may cause you to challenge your own. The second mental model is called SHOC, S-H-O-C, an acronym for specific, honest, outcome-focused, and curious. 4 essential principles for giving and receiving feedback. The ability to give and receive feedback effectively is one of the hallmarks and requirements of effective leadership. And we include the SHOC model in the launch session, in part because the workshop itself is a learning experience in which the support and challenge you offer to one another in the give and take of the workshop is absolutely critical. Your facilitators want you to learn from one another, and in order for this level of peer learning to take place, you simply must help your coworkers by asking good questions, challenging their assumptions, and making helpful observations about what you've seen from them, either in the workshop or in their behaviors outside the classroom. This workshop is not built on a lecture format. The learning doesn't simply come from the front of the room. This workshop is a place and time to be honest with yourself and truly open to the support and challenge you'll get from the others in the program. The SHOC model will help you elevate the dialogue, not only in this workshop cohort, but in all of your work. The third mental model is called the empowerment dynamic. The empowerment dynamic, or the power of TED, T-E-D, is a helpful reimagining of a previously established model called the drama triangle. In this model, we'll examine what it really means to become a change agent, to take responsibility, and to hold others accountable in a healthy way. This mental model helps us recognize thoughts and attitudes that positively or negatively impact our own behaviors and the behaviors of the organization around us. These behaviors have a great deal to say about your organization's culture and its ability to compete. The empowerment dynamic points towards a healthy organization in which people are taking responsibility and leading others by holding them accountable. Your facilitators will keep these three mental models in sight as you go through the entire workshop program. We encourage you to revisit them, either by yourself or with others. They will all gain relevance and power for you as you build them into the context of your leadership platform.